Ciao ragazzi, it's Anthony here for Inter Worldwide with an announcement video to let you guys know that we have finally opened up channel memberships. That's right, if you are one of the very loyal Inter Worldwide people that have been following us from the start, this is an opportunity for you to get even more involved in this small but very much so growing and awesome community that we have here on the channel. So what will you get by joining the channel as a channel member? Well, for the firstly, you'll get our loyalty badges next to your comments in the live chat to help identify who the channel members are. Custom emojis to use in the live chat as well. Special member shout outs, but the stuff that might just tempt you a little bit more to sign up for a membership, uncensored members only live streams and videos with myself and a couple of other regulars on the channel, an opportunity for you to join the video and the live stream exclusively, and also the priority comments and discounted memberships on our Inter Worldwide merchandise as well. Guys, it would be amazing to get another little bit of a crew together for these channel memberships, and if you do decide to sign up, make sure you let me know personally so I can shout you out on the channel. Thank you very much. Forza Inter Worldwide. Sorry, my finger slipped when I tried to click it. Ciao ragazzi, my name is Anthony. Welcome back to Inter Worldwide. It's good to be here. It's good to be here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's coming in. Members for days. Massimo Fazzino. Ciao. Ciao Emiliano. Ciao to Khaled as well. Can you guys feel the Onana vibes? Oh, no, I'm feeling it, bro. I'm feeling it. Carboni and Aslani to start. Carboni to start? We'll get to that, Balkan, my G. Let's go, Mr. Pickham. If you are bored in the massive tourist attraction town of Austral with all of the things to do there, jump in, my guy. Much love. Inter with a big win. I'm doubtful. I'm a little doubtful. But hey,
let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens, because we really did get the injection of quality that we sort of needed, sort of. But is it going to be enough to go to a stadium like the Mapei, where historically and statistically we are not average, we are poor? Okay? So let's just think about our opponents this week, because our opponents this week historically are very tough for us to beat. Historically, we have gone there and played some of the worst football I've seen us play in our modern era, especially under Spalletti there. Not necessarily Spalletti's fault. I've just got the most vivid memories of us tanking at the Mapei and against Sassuolo in general against Spalletti. With Spalletti. What's going on, Rocky? Good to see you here, my man. We've got 12 people with us on Inter Worldwide right now. Let's see if we can hit some good double digits today, maybe 20, 25 people, and we'll see where it goes from there. I would like everybody to very kindly like the video if you are here, subscribe if you're new. Of course, if you are new, make sure you let me know in the chat so I can shout you out. And if anybody is tempted to join the community and become a member, please don't hesitate to get in contact with me as well. Let me get a very brief slideshow up. I didn't do too much today. However, there are still a couple of good talking points that we can talk about in this particular video and leading up to this match preview. Also, if you would like to hear a rundown of the full Champions League fixtures and results that took place, you can head over to our other channel, Football Worldwide, where Bruno and I just broke down match day 3. Oh, no, that thing is happening again where I'm registered at the wrong Google account and I can't exactly share the slides from Google. That's okay. We download it to the desktop instead. There is always a solution, guys. There is always a solution. Hopefully Simone Inzaghi knows that there is a solution to our problems at the moment. He should know, because there is a solution to our problems. But I'm still very pessimistic at the same time. One result isn't going to change for me, But at the same time, that wasn't an average Champions League win, was it, guys? That wasn't an average win. That's Barcelona. And we saw the fallout of that from Barcelona, basically acting like glorified children. I'm 29. I'm 30. You can tell how much I want to be 30. I'm 30, meaning I grew up in my peak watching Barcelona get every call under the sun in almost every single Champions League game that they played. The amount of times they should have been eliminated was ridiculous. We all remember some of the more famous matches. For us personally, as Inter fans, Busquets with his absolutely ridiculous that got Thiago Motta sent off. In that return leg, Barca got all the calls. They got a couple of good ones in the first leg as well. And then after that, was it after that or before that? What year was it where they completely did Chelsea dirty, right to the point of Drogba up at the camera going, "It's an effing disgrace"? That might have been 09. That might have been before us. Anyway, long story short, we know that Xavi was a key member of that squad, and he's come out with crocodile tears, man, and I'm not having an absolute bar of it. And guess who else wasn't having a bar of it? Mr. Turkish Pide himself. I might go get some gozleme or some kebabs tonight for dinner just to celebrate my bro, Hakan Çalhanoğlu. And I've got to say, man, he's put together some average performances this season, but from the moment we've signed him, the guy's been one of our better players. He has been one of our better players. He has been a difference maker. I consider this transfer a success already. Free up front, 2 trophies. He scored in the Champions League against Barcelona, scored in the final of, I think, the Coppa Italia from the spot. Hakan is Hakan, and he's doing really well. He's actually peaking, and I think he's doing very well. So let me know in the comments what you think. Do you agree? Do you think Hakan is having a good season, and do you consider his time at Inter a success so far? And if so, how do you think he's going to be able to finish the season and go for us? Because we can't. He's actually, when you really break down our side, he's one of those players that's very hard to replace in midfield at the moment for his output, for his box-to-box running, for his ability to pass and then move. I know he's limited in his ways, but at the moment with the limitations that we've got, Hakan's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. If defenders put in a good performance, we will win again. But Mkhitaryan did a wonderful job too, definitely. Solid defensive, not only that, Mkhitaryan is the progressive ball mover that you need to midfield. How many times did he win fouls? How many times did he get back and slow the reverse run of play down? Mkhitaryan was great. And you know what was great about that, Khalid? He walked off fit. I really like when the game never ends for me when the whistle blows. The game ends for me when I've looked at each player walking and seen, I'm like, all right, limping, ice on his knee, talking to the assistant trainer, These are the liabilities. These are the ones that have walked off at the end of the game not feeling 100%. If I see players walking off smiling, hugging each other, stretching, moving, I'm like, mad, they're fresh. They have to be okay for the next game. In terms of injuries and players that are unavailable, we'll get to that in a second. Next talking point for this video. Thanks for joining me. We've got 15 people right now. It's going to be really, really short and sweet today. I've been here for 10 minutes. Probably only go for another 15 or 20, okay? Next talking point is this guy. Sorry for the weird way I put the photo in there. It wasn't meant to be like that. It's becoming a problem. It's becoming an issue. You're supposed to be a workhorse, a beast. You're not supposed to be unfit for this long. I made a comment on Sharma's Twitter, I think, or someone who Sharma shared about the Instagram post that he put up. And I want everyone watching this video, if you got your trigger fingers happy, I want you to tell me what you think. Am I being too harsh? Disagree with me, please. I want to be told that I am. But I didn't appreciate his Instagram post. I thought it was bullshit. Sorry for the language. You know our team's in a rough place. You know we're going into this Champions League game knowing if we don't win, we're probably going to go out. You know that we're under the fire. Your manager's under the gun. And you go and post something like that. I get it. It's a joke. And someone commented back to me going, you know, you don't know anything that these athletes go through. You only see 1%. And that's true. But at the same time, common sense just doesn't seem that common anymore, guys. Go to the stadium, sit down, shut up, flirt with girls in private, bang them at home if you need to. I mean, I'm sorry, but I just can't get over these professional athletes flexing on social media when you're not playing. You're not on the pitch. You're not performing. You're literally not there. It's an issue, man. It's a modern day athlete issue for me. And I can't be the only one that's displeased about this, especially since our $31 million signing, Joaquin Correa, made of glass, is injured again. And I can't stand the guy. What was the post? So the post was basically, he was walking up some stairs in the crowd. He was turned in this direction, looking like he was checking out a chick. And the caption was, Shorty was looking fire, but I had to pretend I didn't notice it or something like that. And he's put it up like on game day. On game day. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, just shut up and sit in the stands, get fit and score some goals again. You scored against Lecce. You know, you've got every fan in the fan club right now regretting the decision to bring you back and to sacrifice Dybala. Keep your mouth closed, Rom. You already dogged out on us once. You're not in a position to behave like this. And I know it's not that bad. I know I might be exaggerating a little bit. But come on, guys. Be a little bit more strict with the modern day athlete, yeah? They get paid more in a year than you might see in your entire life. That you will see in your entire life. What am I talking about, bro? As long as Onana plays, we win. Big statement. And I would have to agree with it. I would have to agree with it. If Onana plays, we probably will win. What's going on, Zarok? It's really good to see you coming through. Thank you very much. Let's have a little bit of praise. Let's have a bit of praise. Man, I don't know about you because I saw it on the same day, but then again, the games for me finish at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I could have seen it on the same day, whereas it might have been like 8 hours later when you saw it waking up, which is fair enough once again. But again, Joe, common sense. We just beat Barcelona 1-0 without you. Without you. Get fit. Get back on the pitch and perform. Yeah, 100%. And that's what Joe's saying. Like, I guess we won. And then, yeah, but if he was to post it when we lost. But I also went back on it today. It's not there. He knows it wasn't the right thing to do. And someone in the PR department has told him wrong thing to do. So, yeah. Anyway, let's turn into something more positive. Sorry for being negative, but it wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be Priv without pessimism. Aslani, fantastic. Well done. Let's hope that there is more to come from him when he plays, because in the matches that he has played for Inter so far, I've really, really enjoyed him. I thought he's been very good. You know, coming from a club like Empoli to a club like Inter, it's such a difficult step up to have, especially when you're supposed to be the vice for our most irreplaceable player. But Brozo hasn't been playing like an irreplaceable player. Guys, just remember, we beat Barcelona without Brozovic and without Lukaku. This is the thing that's driving me. I don't have a lot of faith left in this team or in Inzaghi. I know I don't. And I know people are more optimistic than me. But when I see us beat Barcelona without Lukaku, without Brozo, but most importantly, without Handanovic, there is still a chance. There is still time. There is time to turn this season around. And it starts with Inzaghi after finding his first ball, looking everywhere for his second one, keeping them together, and realizing that you have everything to lose by playing Roberto Gagliardini, you have everything to lose by playing Samir Handanovic, you have everything to lose by playing Joaquin Correa from now on as well. But I don't think you need to tell Inzaghi that. He's probably going home every day going, why, Joaquin? Why are you making me look like this? Defensively against Barca in 13 minutes, Aslani was very good. He was, Joe, well said, man. He was really, really good. He had fresher legs, that's for sure. Bellanova over Dumfries. So Dumfries, like, start of the season, decent. He's replaceable. He's the most replaceable man in that starting lineup for Damian and for Bellanova. I really don't think Bellanova would be that much poorer than Denzel Dumfries. I don't mind Denzel Dumfries. I like him. I think he's a good player. I wouldn't mind if he stayed with us. But in the position that we're going to be in, I have a feeling in January, he's hitting the legs. I have a feeling he's gapping it. And I have a feeling it's going to be to Chelsea. I have a feeling if Chelsea get through to the round of 16, which they probably will, these new owners are going to get an injection in January. There's going to be some players that leave. There's going to be some players that come in. They could use someone like Denzel. And I've been reading some rumors that they do want him. If an offer, because it's January, you'll get a little bit more. If an offer of over 30 comes for Denzel in January, take it. Take it. Play Damian. Play Bellanova. Use 5 or 10 million of that 30 to put a deposit on Denzel's replacement. Get someone in on a cheap 2 to 3 million loan at that right back position. Use some of those funds to strengthen other areas. How good is Damian though? Bro, Matty Dams, modest, humble, gorgeous, amazing hair, big forehead. Matty Dams, he's just the man, bro. He's just the man. He's such a professional. And Matt, I would say he's a dying breed of athlete, professionalism and mentality-wise. He's probably one of the only people that gets in the dressing room at the end of the game and doesn't go straight for the social media. You know? Matty Dams is the man. He can hang around for years. If Ranocchia can hang around for years, if Gagliardini can hang around for years, if D'Ambrosio can hang around for years, Matty Dams can hang around for years. As long as Dumfries doesn't play again, we'll be fine. Wow, Rocky. You think he's that much of a liability? Elaborate, my brother. You really, because I don't think he's the liability, so to speak. I just don't think he's driving us forward in the direction that we want to because of his limitations on taking on a man, because of his limitations in terms of passing forward. My first cousin married a Dutch guy I've known for years now. And when I speak to him, I always speak to him about Dutch players. And when Inter was about to sign Dumfries, I'm like, dude, we're about to sign your national team right back. How is he? He goes, he's good. Not great. Runs a lot. That's about it. Bro, that's it. That's what he does. He runs a lot. He runs a lot. He pushes the ball far in front of him and he runs a little bit more. Because he's big, he holds it up, gets players forward, and back passes. His crosses are average. He cannot beat a man. He can't beat a man. He can't beat a man. He's playing right wing back in an inverted 3-5-2 and he can't beat a man. Enough said. 40 to 50 million and buy it. Chelsea can pay. Chelsea's got moolah. Chelsea's got a lot of moolah at the moment, okay? They're ready to pounce. They're ready to go. 40 mil in January. Laters. Varmo, hard to catch Inter Worldwide live because of the time difference. But, man, here I am. More coffee, and here we go. What time is it for you right now, bro? And big ups to you, Varmo. Where are you from? How long have you been following us for? Because I always respect people that put in the work at odd hours, man. Like, trust me, coming from an Australian, you know, like myself, Bruno, and Matt, that have never watched a convenient time of football in our entire life, I really, really appreciate and respect that, man. And I apologize for YouTube's algorithm where they don't put these live streams up straight away afterwards. You got to wait about 6 to 8 hours before they show up unless you search for it on the actual channel. So I apologize about that. Matt says, Dimarco, player of the season so far, 100%. And that's what brings me to the next slide. It's like Matt Pickham's right here. Dimarco and Inzaghi. That was probably the most significant couple of seconds that reflects the state of our club at the moment. The fan, the ultra Dimarco, standing by his manager and coach because he knows the value of beating Barcelona. He knows the value. Fede Dimarco has been the best player this season. It's bizarre. It really is. But his passion, his drive, his hunger, he's even just performing better on the pitch now. He's not a liability. Technical reasons are no longer an issue. The guy needs to start. But he's not going to start over Bastoni. So guess what? The starting over Gosens has just been justified. We don't know everything that goes on behind the scenes. And I know Gosens needs minutes and to be played into form and to start, but I have a feeling like the first game that Gosens starts from now on, within 30 minutes, we're going to be calling for Dimarco. Maybe I'm wrong. But he has been so good, Matt, and everybody else, you know? Joe, what's going on, man? Good to see you here again. Inzaghi does not know how to use Dumfries. He's good in the Netherlands national team, but not in Inter. Playing international football versus playing league football is extremely different, especially if you're talking about a contextual game in the Nations League where nobody gives a crap. The progression is more forward. The fluidity is more free-flowing. Mistakes are more prone because liabilities are not necessarily that bad. And to compare him to the league in Serie A, I don't think that's a fair comparison, Joe. And I think Inzaghi is trying to use him in the right way. I really, really do. But he's showing his limitations. How many times have you seen Denzel Dumfries burst forward with space only to hold it up and pass it back? That's not Inzaghi. How many times have you seen Denzel whip in a cross and it goes over 6 people or it doesn't beat the first man? That's not Inzaghi. I don't think Dumfries is Inzaghi's problem, but that's just my opinion. I respect yours. I could be wrong, my bro. Thanks for coming in. Will Bayern play the second team against Barca? Bruno says something very interesting. Bayern and Barca do not like each other whatsoever. And they dislike each other more since the Lewandowski thing happened. If Bayern Munich have a chance to knock Barcelona out, they will grab it with both hands. Should they sell Gosens as well? Short answer, no. Long answer, let's revisit it in another video. Alrighty. 21 minutes. I'll stick around for another 10. Absolute max. Predicted lineups up on the screen. I don't know how accurate these are. I just want to bring this comment up from Rocky because it's relevant. Dumfries has no real output to the game. We need his speed to get past the defenders. He always picks out the wrong option, and he isn't the best defensively, and Goyles gets called out of position. Bayern may play a second team against us if they go through 5 out of 5, though. Yes, that's also correct. Me personally, Matt, and everybody else, I really think we're taking an L at the new camp. I think that not only are they really angry, but if you expect any refereeing decisions to go our way in the Camp Nou, just don't watch the game. Don't watch the game. You're going to get angry. Okay? Expect the game at Camp Nou to be like the game at Camp Nou in 2010. It's going to be horrendous. It's going to be horrible. We are going to get shafted left, right, and center. My money on Bet365 is going to Barcelona getting a penalty. It will be paying great odds because it's a penalty, and that's going to happen. I think De Vrij should start. He had a really good game against Barca. That's really well said. Really well said. And I think he might start. This is Gazzetta's lineup from today. Kickoff time is in approximately a day and a half. It's Friday, 4 p.m. here. Kickoff is Saturday, like Sunday midnight. So, Saturday night, Sunday midnight. So, yeah, Matt Pickham agrees 100% we'll lose against Barca. That's why I didn't go over the top Wednesday. Yeah, me either, bro. Me either. No over the top. Okay, so let's look at this lineup. We'll go with ours first. I don't think Handanovic is going to be in there because of the comments that came out after the match. And we've seen a couple of rumors saying that, even Handanovic is well aware his time is up. If we see him start against Sassuolo and we don't win, Inzaghi would have lost every single bit of progressive trust, and every single bit that he earned back will be nullified and minused. We will be in a worse position than we were before Barcelona. We are 9th in Serie A. We need 3 points. We are 9th in Serie A. I said this a lot last season. Our next games are always the most important games. Our most important game on the calendar is Sassuolo. Our second most important game is Barcelona. Our third most important game is Salernitana. You might even want to switch the last 2 around. Maybe Salernitana is more important than Barcelona. You know what? I do switch it around. Salernitana is much more important than Barcelona. Ain't nobody expecting us to go to the Camp Nou to get 3 points. We host Salernitana at 9:30 p.m. on a Sunday night. Yo, I'm calling in sick that next day if they disappoint. I can't sit down on a Sunday night and watch Inter at home not beat Salernitana. Okay? That's the most important game after Sassuolo. Bar says 8:22, as in like 8 o'clock in the morning. No, I'm like 4:25. You okay? Yeah. I'm like 4:25 p.m. now. So if it's 8:22 in the morning, how is it so late? Don't tell me you're one of those people that stays up until 7, 8 o'clock in the morning and then wakes up and then goes to bed and wakes up at like 3 p.m., bro. More power to you if you do. But thank you. Thank you for the enthusiasm and the jokes after a Barca game. It was hilarious. I don't even remember what jokes you're talking about, but thank you, bro. I really appreciate you saying the nice words. Handanovic in goal. No, it's going to be Onana for me. Skriniar, Bastoni, Evero, Acerbi for all of his good performances so far. I get what Balkan is saying to start De Vrij. Did De Vrij come off a little bit fatigued and injured though? Or was it just precautionary? Keep in mind that our rotation is not that deep at the back. So if Acerbi is at 100% fitness and De Vrij is at 70% fitness, you got to start Acerbi. You got to start him. Because we're going to need De Vrij for Salernitana or we're going to need De Vrij for Barcelona again. The turnaround time, Balkan, is just, it's too short. It's too short, man. We're playing games every 3 or 4 days. It's October 7 today, and we have 4 games between now and November 1st. I'll say that again. It's October 7, and we have 4 games between now and November 1st. That's too many. Wait. We have 5 games. We have 5 games. We have Sassuolo, we have Barca, we have Salernitana, we have Sampdoria and Fiorentina. There better not be another Champions League game in between that, because if there is, if that's 6 games in 23 days, that might be one of the biggest jokes I've ever heard. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure yet. Cramps for De Vrij. There you go. Brozovic is still suspended, right? Is he still suspended? He must be, because Aslani is starting. Brozovic will serve his final game of suspension against Sassuolo, and Aslani will get his start that he very much deserves. Barella and Hakan make up the midfield with Denzel and Dimarco on the left-hand side. I'm excited for Dimarco. There, I said it. I'm excited for him more than anybody. The front 2 up top, Lautaro and Dzeko. This is why I said, I don't think Carboni is going to start. Inzaghi does love a little bit of Dzeko, and to be honest, I still love a little bit of Dzeko. I don't care for the haters. Y'all see your $31 million flop moving around, unable to even contour his hips. Joaquin Correa, Mr. Tunnel Vision, Mr. Straight as a Freeway, Mr. I can't turn left and right, Mr. When I take on a guy, it has to... Get out of here, bro. Get out of here, man. He's part-time model working as a full-time footballer. Can't do it. Anyway, that's our lineup. Our bench, probably bring on Gossens, bring on Damian, bring on D'Ambrosio, bring on Mkhitaryan, bring on Carboni. Who did I miss? This is great from Matt Pick. I'm always bringing that next level knowledge. De Vrij was perfect since he man-marked Lewandowski. He won't be able to do that against Sassuolo since their midfield like moving into the box. Correct. Lewandowski is also a classic number 9. He's a stagnant number 9. Sassuolo move like dodgem cars. So it's not going to be the same situation. I think starting Acerbi might be the best option. Let's move across the board to the rival side. Is Andrea Pinamonti going to score against us? And why did you answer yes? That's in the description of the video. That's what I'm going for. Former Inter players love to score against us. It's written in the stars. This match feels like a carbon copy of Sampdoria last season, where Keita Balde and Candreva got on the score sheet and I forgot to put a bet on it. So that is also happening. Consigli starts in goal. Shaky this season. Shoot at him. Toro, shoot. Hakan, shoot. Nico, shoot. Just shoot. Shoot at him. He'll spill one. I guarantee you he spills one. He's bang average this season. Rogerio and Toljan make up the flanks, both of which are having fairly decent seasons, a bit average. Ferrari on his day can man-mark very, very well, but also is very, very prone to losing big men. Elik, I can't comment too much of him. I don't pay enough attention. The midfield is where it gets a little bit congested. I can't even pronounce that name, Torsvet. But with Maxime Lopez and Fratesi in there, the movement is going to be there. The movement is really, really going to be there. Believe that. Now, the thing is that this lineup here for me, it's missing a couple of starters in it that might usually be in there. Obviously, you've got Pinamonti up top and Laurenti as well. But if I'm not mistaken, I'm not too sure they've actually started with the front three in. I don't see us starting in all of those games. You know, yeah, they're in a rare position of sitting above us on the ladder, but that's not new for us this season. We've faced Lazio when they were above us, I think, Milan when they were above us, Torino when they were above us, and Udinese when they were above us. So playing guys that are ahead of us on the ladder, yeah, that's the one. Domenico Berardi is not here. Oh, I think, did I just freeze? No, back. That's the one. Domenico Berardi is not there. He is not playing. So we can count out the regular Berardi goal, I think. All right. That's not bad. That's not bad. Sassuolo's form going into this game is... They are actually not in great form. I'm missing one. There's someone in my head that's missing in this line that can hurt us. There's someone missing in my head in this lineup that can hurt us. Can someone give me a hand in the chat, because I'm embarrassing myself here. If it's not Berardi, it's got to be... It's Hama Traore! It's Hama Traore. That's the one. Hama Traore and Domenico Berardi are not in Sassuolo's starting lineup, and this will be Dionese's biggest vex, I think, in this particular game. Yep, thank you. I got there just before you did, Balkan, just before. So with no Traore and no Berardi, you know, maybe Kyriakopoulos and Laurentri are going to be a little bit easier to mark. Maybe, just maybe, a lot of the traffic goes through Pinamonti. Chris is back in the house. I see you all the time, man. What propaganda are you bringing to us today, bro? What are you doing? Bring the Onana. Bring it in. Everyone's on your train as well, Chris Mungie. I'm a big Hama Traore fan. That means I expect you to start dropping some Traore, consistency in these live streams. Maybe he's someone that Inter should look at in the coming seasons, because I'm a fan of his as well. I love his speed. I love his agility. I love his ability to... You know those players who, when they look like they're going to pass and shoot in a certain direction and it just doesn't go anything the way that you thought it would, and you're like, damn, this guy's got some thinking on him. Are they both injured? I think so. Berardi's injured. I know that. I'm not too sure if Traore is injured or suspended. Either way, these are two very good names for us to miss out on. All right? So let me know in the comments, what are your predictions? How do you think we're going to go? How do you think the game's going to go? What's your score prediction? And I'll stick around for another 5 minutes before we plug some fantasy. And yeah, then that's about that. What did I say? Midnight kickoff for me in Sydney. So it's probably like an afternoon, like an early afternoon kickoff for most people in the States or in Europe. Not too sure. He wasn't on the bench last game, so he must be injured. Yeah, cheers, Matt. Yeah, it's an interesting one to see them both out. I didn't expect to see it, so we'll see what happens. Let's go to the score prediction. Tough one. This sounds like the perfect video for me to anti-jinx. Sorry, I'm going to sound pessimistic and soft and a bit of a wuss, but going to the Mapei, statistically, we're not great. We're still not in great form. We still have the anxiety of being ninth and needing points desperately in Serie A, and I think that could play against us. I'm going to go for 1-1, thinking that it could definitely be 2-1 to Sassuolo. Just as easily 2-1 to Inter, as Massimo says. 2-1 Dzeko and Lautaro, says Balkan. I like that. Yeah. We haven't received a penalty in Serie A yet this season, have we? Guys, this should be the last game in Serie A before we see Romelu Lukaku back, by the way. And I said this in the chat this week. We've been here before, guys. We've seen how this narrative goes. Romelu Lukaku is going to come back against Salernitana. He's going to score 2 goals. He's going to clout like he's the best thing since sliced bread. And then he'll probably dip in form again. Sorry for the pessimism regarding Big Rom, but I'm a seeing is believing sort of guy, and all I see is 1 goal against Lecce in the first minute. Onana plays, we win. Handa plays, we lose. I like that prediction, bro. Inter, Hakan, and... Man, if I want 2 people to score more than anybody, it's Hakan and Dimarco in this game. Except if you've watched me for a long time, you know, like I always want the strikers to score first because they're the ones that need the confidence the most. Toro needs a goal. Toro needs a good goal in this game. And I think that he might, if we are going to get on the score sheet, my guy, it's going to be him that gets it. VAR says, I want a dirty 1-0 like the Barca match. Close the shot for Sassuolo strikers completely. Step on their green and black necks so they can't breathe. I genuinely believe we got a great boost from the Champions League. I hope so. I'd hate to see us regress in this game because that would really put us in a horrible position to go to the Camp Nou next week. Serie A Fantasy, we're almost at the 150 mark for members. So if you are watching us and you've never seen us do this before, because I've seen a couple of names in the chat today that I haven't seen before, you need to go and use this code on the screen to sign up to our Serie A Fantasy League. Okay? And if that's the case, make sure you check out where we're standing. I'm in 51. I can see Bruno is no longer one side of me, which means he's probably above me because that's what he does. Let's have a look. Jokes! 58. But we are not separated by many points at all. Who was able to get some points for me at the back end of the last match day where we checked? Vlahovic, Leao, of course, Barella and Brema. So and Crava. Yeah, so some of the signings I put in there at the start of the season are finally starting to look a little bit better. Where is Matt Pickham, who's flying the flag for Inter Worldwide up above? Page 2. There's my friend Chicho. There's Daniel. Matt Pickham at 33. Very nice. Just above Terrorismo FC, Uncle Sharma. Absolutely love it, man. It's good to see so many names in here. And sucked in, John. About time you got off top spot. I like it. And Dieter, the nicest guy in Twitter history. I love seeing that, bro. You got to love that. You got to love that. All right, that's enough Serie A Fantasy for one day, and that's enough Inter Worldwide as well for one day. Yeah. I get it, Matt. Congratulations, bro. Goody. Happy Friday, my brother. Happy Thursday evening, Friday morning to anybody else watching this. All the best for you guys and the weekend. I will see you straight after Sassuolo. And I really hope that we do the business because 3 points in this game could be the catalytic moment. I refuse to believe that the win against Barcelona was the catalytic moment of change, but I will definitely start to believe that we can turn it around if we get 3 points at the Mapei. Okay? As always, Forza Inter Worldwide. Ciao.